and Pam and many of you all didn't get a chance to be there, and Gail was there, and it was a really special moment for all of us to feel Sue in that space. And I feel her today. I know she's with us. And what better place than to be in a theater for our Broadway doll? You know, I mean, she was on Broadway and gave it up for her children, but I have to say she was always a Broadway star. And we all know that, and we all feel it, and I know I'm speaking to the choir because I'm saying what everybody's thinking, right? You're like, yeah, okay, I know her too. When Todd and I did our research, because we were asked to speak as part of the students, it was amazing. Around the world, every student said the same thing about Sue. And one of the first things they said was, if they asked me, I could write a book about the way you walk and whisper and look. I could write a preface on how we met so the world would never forget. And for Sue, we will never, ever forget the impact that she had on our lives. As a friend and a mentor, that was the first song that most of us learned to subtext, the David Craig Chew, which we all still do, 47 years of age, and Gail says, sing, and I said, oh my God, I don't do my chew. Oh my God, what would Sue do? And I better start my trills, I haven't sung in 20 years. Sue is with us forever in spirit. And she was a friend, and she was a mentor, and she was one of the most amazing people that I know I and all of you have ever met. From the moment we met her, not only did we learn about theater and the arts, but we learned about emotion and feelings and being feelers and about understanding. I'm coming from a family, which I love, don't worry, not major therapy, but coming from a non-acting family, one of the first people I met on campus was Sue. And I said, I feel things so heightened. And she said, darling, that is a beautiful thing. And I'm sad for those that aren't like us, that don't feel the world like we do. And she's someone who wanted to live and live life to its fullest. Even at the end when we would visit her after she had dialysis, and they'd say, they keep telling me to get off dialysis. And she'd say, but I don't want to die. I want to live. And that is my wonderful memory of Sue. And I will take that with me everywhere. And as I go through chemo, I sit in the chemo room like she sat in the dialysis room, work in the room like a diva. And so Sue is with me always, and I'm sure with all of you. We're here today because after the funeral, thanks to wonderful Todd Dellinger, my Cliff in Cabaret, he said, let's make sure that Sue's memory continues. And so immediately through Facebook and through all of us, a seat was raised within 48 hours so that she had a place in this theater, in this university, where she has touched so many of our lives. And then, after that, I think we have, Mr. Development,
Yep.
2 scholarships available now? This year and next.
We raised over $6,400 over the next few days, actually, over the next week. That we raised about $6,400 total, I think, in pledges.
Yes.
And I think that speaks to the incredible woman that Sue was and the amount of students' lives that she touched at this university and throughout the world. As you know, Bruce sings in Germany. There's not a day goes by that he's not doing her trills, and I've been there. I've heard it. He still has the tapes. I'm like, my God, who uses tapes? I have them too. Yes, but he does. He's warming up to Sue. So anyway, I don't want to thank everyone for being here because you know what? I know we're all here for the same reason, and we love Sue. So let us all just channel her today and enjoy our time together. And I'm going to let Todd say a few words.
Well, nothing other than that's thrilled to have everybody back. We named a seat for Joel, and I think he's somewhere in this row as well.
Joel Shire.
Year and a half ago, and then this idea came about to name a seat for Sue, and Gail came up with the idea of why don't we all come together and sing. And I think what a fitting tribute that we all come together and join in song and memory of Sue and celebration of her life, and to keep it a celebration because it really should be. Appropriately so, we've stationed a bottle of lovely wine there for the Greenberg's 10th anniversary, and so that this is part of the 10th anniversary celebration weekend of the Greenberg Theater, I think is really appropriate. And she's got a terrific seat, and I guess we will read it. I can't remember what we ended up with,
We're
but
getting old.
AU's Broadway doll, Susan Hight Denny, forever a heavenly diva.
Oh, I love it.
And that's a great location.
That is.
And so now what are we going to, we're going to...
Okay, we want to have a photo opportunity moment. Can everyone come
and then we're
together?
going to move front and
here?
start singing, yeah?
And then we'll move
If
front
everyone
and
would sort of fill in this area, I'm going to grab the label with folks behind it and then and a sense of the theater. That'd be awesome.